From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Thursday morning. Still, we're dealing with the river flooding. Next week, we maybe got a big snowstorm cooking up for the Cascades. We will talk about that in due time. We're going to focus all of our attention this morning, though, on the flooding that we're expecting to continue through early on Monday morning. Still seeing some rainfall up in the Cascades. Just kind of wanted to touch base there. Now let's take you through the river report. Yakima River at Easton, we're still expecting minor flood stage. This will go until 10 p.m. tonight. Flooding of yards and low-lying areas in the Elk Meadow subdivision. And these are coming per the official river forecast from the National Weather Service in Pendleton. We do have some road closures up this way. Washington 906 south of Snoqualmie Pass. It's from Yellowstone Trail to Hayek Drive east because of water over the roadway. And then also a road closure on US 97 from milepost 150 to 177. And that would also be due to flooding. And that's pretty close to this gauge right here, the Yakima River at Horlick. The max flood stage we're still expecting to be moderate. This would go until 4 p.m. this afternoon. There will be flooding of areas in and around South Cle Elum, including pastureland in the vicinity of the river. The levees around Cle Elum may develop seepage and water may outflank the South Cle Elum levee. Okay, and now we move it. Oh, by the way, this is for Washington 10, another road closure, both directions, milepost 87 to 99 near Tenaway. Also, as you would guess, this is due to flooding. Then we have the Yakima River at Umtanum. We're expecting minor flooding, minor flood stage. This would go until 4 a.m. tomorrow. There will be flooding in pastures along the river. And then for the Natchez River near Natchez, still expecting that moderate flood stage. This will go until 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. Moderate flooding is possible and has already happened from Cliffdale downstream to Yakima. Level 2 B-set evacuation still in place for areas within 200 feet on either side of the Natchez River, starting at the Little Natchez and extending east to South Natchez Road. Okay. And also there's this road closure, a big one, US Highway 12 at milepost 190 due to the flooding, obviously. Then we have the Yakima River near Parker. We're expecting this one to get into moderate flood stage. This will go until 10 p.m. tomorrow night. There will be flooding of farmland and county roads. Some homes and farm buildings will be flooded, and there will be significant riverbank and topsoil erosion. And finally, also we have these level 2B set evacuations for the Yakima River corridor from Sundown M Ranch to the Gap of Sela, including all land and properties within a 60-foot radius of the river. Now listen up. In Kiona, in Benton City, in West Richland, the flood time frame has moved up. It's now 10 a.m. this morning to 4 a.m. Monday morning. Moderate flooding. There will be moderate flooding of farmland, roads, and some residential areas, especially in the West Richland area. So we will have a lot more to say about all of this coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, the Yakima River moving fast, so are emergency crews. Why officials in the Tri-Cities are warning residents to start preparing early, and the 24-hour warning sign that they're watching very closely.
And strong winds creating problems on the roads and in neighborhoods. We have more on the impact felt by homeowners and also what you need to prepare for in the coming days.
Plus, a break in a deadly Kennewick case as police track down a teen suspect states away. Authorities say they found much more than expected during the raid. Who they uncovered, it's all coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Jade Elliott. It is Thursday, December 11th, making our way through December, which just feels like it's flying by.
Flown by.
I know.
It's almost Christmas.
It really is, though. What is there? 12 shopping days left, or whatever they say.
Have you started? I'm sure you started. I have not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in an okay space.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. A lot to get to, of course, this morning, and weather, a big topic.
That's right. We're starting off developing news as people across Washington state are on edge, and this as historic flooding continues to sweep through the communities.
Yeah, from the west side to the east side, the impact just keeps growing. Take a look at your screen. Oh my goodness, these videos coming in shot by our very own Jim Kuntz showing the Yakima River running extremely high, including right there at the Granger Amphitheater. These are in areas near the Wapato exit off of Interstate 82.
And officials say we're not out of the woods just yet, as more flooding could be on the way. And Governor Bob Ferguson has declared a statewide emergency response to the major flooding. He said he also is requesting an expedited emergency declaration from the federal government, calling the next few days critical to safety.
So by declaring this state of emergency, not only can the state seek federal funds for recovery, but other federal resources can be accessed to help with the safety and protection measures that need to be taken. So Governor Ferguson also activated the National Guard to help communities who are directly impacted by the floodwaters. And with all of this unfolding, Benton County officials are closely monitoring the rising water levels on the Yakima River as flooding threatens several low-lying areas.
That's right. In Apple Valley News Now's William Albert reports emergency managers saying people should be alert and on the ready.
Benton County Emergency Management is ramping up preparations as heavy rainfall upstream in the Cascade pushes more water into the Yakima River. That added flow is now moving downstream toward the Tri-Cities, raising concerns for low-lying neighborhoods, and emergency officials say this kind of water flooding isn't unusual for the Yakima, but current forecasts show river levels approaching what is seen during the 2009 flood, prompting agencies to activate early planning efforts in case conditions worsen.
The low-lying areas in Richland, just before you cross the Van Giesen Bridge, some areas in West Richland and areas in Benton City will be areas that we will have impacts from these floodwaters. We have historical data from other floods.
Davis says residents who live in the floodplain should begin taking precautions now, especially those with property or animals in low-lying areas.
Early preparation is key, so moving those livestock to higher ground so that they're not standing in water for days as the floodwaters come and then recede. Moving valuable items in your home to a higher level in your home.
While officials do not currently expect widespread structural damage, they are keeping a close eye on National Weather Service projections, along with an upstream river gauge that provides a critical early warning.
So if the upstream gauge from us, which is at Parker, is hitting its flooding level, we know in approximately 24 hours or so we're going to get that same amount of water.
Officials with Benton County Emergency Services tells me that if you live within the floodplain, to check for alerts and to be safe.
We will issue messaging to our community via our Code Red platform, which is a mass notification, and our website at bces.wa.gov. We have a current emergencies tab. People can go there and click on that for the latest information. Impacted areas, they can see photos of that historical 2009 flood for comparisons to where they're at now. What we would encourage people is to stay away from the Yakima River.
Davis says the focus now is coordination, making sure every agency is sharing information and ready should the situation worsen.
We had a meeting this morning with all of the potentially affected parties so that, again, that we're all on that same page. We'll utilize our Emergency Operations Center, which is the room that you're in now, to coordinate that event so that it makes it easier for everyone to have that same picture of what's happening.
Benton County Emergency Management is working with local parties to ensure that they can respond quickly and effectively as conditions develop. In Richland, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
And with flooding possible in the Tri-Cities this weekend, one local celebrity is stepping up to help her community prepare. Faith Martin, who many of you may remember from The Golden Bachelor, lives in Benton City and has been getting her horses ready in case the Yakima River rises. As she posted on Facebook saying that her truck and trailer are ready, they're hooked up, and she's offering help to anyone who might need it to evacuate their horses, even if it means taking several trips with her 2-horse trailer.
And so really it makes it hard because when people have to put urgency behind, in front of catastrophe, and then the horses are a little more nervous and things can get a little out of hand sometimes. So my suggestion is if you think you're going to be in the floodplain and could have potential flooding, to contact somebody if you don't have a horse trailer.
Now, if you want to connect with Faith, she suggests that you reach out to her on Facebook. And of course, we'll be letting you know where you can get sandbags and other items that you might need as you prepare for any flooding that could be coming through our area.
And not only are we dealing with flooding concerns, the high winds caused a big mess, especially for one homeowner in Kennewick.
Yeah, take a look at this. This happened near downtown Kennewick. Faith Matthews and Shauna Morgan sent us these photos and videos. Goodness, that's a big tree that came down. You can see bulldozers. They were called in to try to remove the downed trees from the property. I just created Just an absolute mess in that area. And this isn't the only area that has seen something like this.
Luckily, nobody was hurt in this one, and the house wasn't damaged, but the wind is definitely leaving some homeowners throughout the region with a lot of messes to clean up.
Yeah, I saw a big downed, kind of half of a tree.
Oh, goodness.
On the way in this morning.
Yikes.
I know.
A lot going on.
A lot going on. Yeah, it's messy. All right, switching over now at 5:10 to a crime alert this morning. This is following an arrest made in the killing of a teen that happened at a Kennewick apartment last week. Kennewick police now telling us they have arrested a 15-year-old West Richland boy in Union Gap. The arrest made just Tuesday night. Authorities, with the help of the FBI, tracked the teen down to a home and say they found guns and other evidence linking that teen to the crime. But they say that wasn't the only arrest made at that Union Gap home. That's right. During the same operation, another man wanted by Kennewick police was found. 20-year-old Andres Medina Garcia is accused of participating in the attempted theft of an ATM at Hubby's Pizza in Kennewick. So around 4:30 a.m., police say they found a hole in the side of the restaurant, a stolen Kia, and a damaged ATM in that parking lot. They say the thieves couldn't get the ATM open or in the car, so they left that damage behind. And Kennewick police say Medina Garcia is also connected to a break-in at Summers Hub. Glad that they're finally caught. Yes. And keep it here, because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we're talking sports as Richland starts their basketball season with a statement. Straight ahead, we'll break down why this team is already looking like a contender and where they're headed next. And giving you a live look outside this morning, this one from right here at our Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick. Looks a little mild out there right now, but don't let it fool you, because the wind is definitely picking up, and we are monitoring floodwaters as well. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colworth will be back after the break with your First Alert forecast.
T-Mobile and U.S. Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
This is your home for Kraken hockey. Every goal. He scores! Every save. What a stop! Every game. That's hockey, baby! Watch us defend the D.
Kraken Mammoths. Coverage begins at 6 Friday on My Network TV.
Christmas is coming to Pasco. Join us Saturday, December 13th as Peanuts Park transforms into a winter wonderland for Winterfest from 3 to 6 p.m. Enjoy holiday music, crafts, kids' games, tasty treats, and a visit from Santa and Mrs. Claus. Before 5, we'll draw the scavenger hunt grand prize winner. Then gather as we light Pasco's heritage Christmas tree to kick off the season. Winterfest, December 13th at Peanuts Park, presented by the City of Pasco.
Christmas is fast approaching, and Honey Baked Ham has exactly what your family gathering needs. Pick up one of our famous fully cooked spiral hams dripping with our delicious glaze. And don't worry, we also have whole turkeys and whole turkey breasts. Don't forget, Honey Baked Ham makes a perfect holiday gift. Complete your feast with our incredible sides and delicious desserts. So many choices! Honey Baked Ham on Columbia Center Boulevard, or call us at 509-579-5855. Put Honey Baked Ham on your table this year.
Okay, there's the signal.
Okay, hurry, he's coming.
Have a good round.
See you later.
All right.
What's that?
Toolbox.
Okay. Santa's way sneakier.
T-Mobile and U.S. Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
Friday at 8, 7 Central.
This is the biggest challenge any of us have ever done.
Don't miss an ABC sneak peek of the Disney Plus docuseries, The End of an Era, a special ABC preview, Friday at 8, 7 Central, and stream it all on Disney Plus.
Happy holidays from Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colworth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We still have these winds racing out of the south and west for the lower Columbia Basin, gusts up to 40 miles per hour for this morning, but the winds are actually winding down as throughout the day, those peak gusts really only going to be between 25 to 35 miles per hour, with the strongest gusts continuing to be in the Tri-Cities and Hermiston. Last night we saw some gusts upwards of 55, 60 miles per hour. That is definitely not going to be the case for this Thursday. And the winds are doing us a favor when it comes to the temperatures. Look at this. It is 65 degrees at 5:15 in the morning on, December 11th. So yeah, that's not very normal. But as we see the winds calming down into tomorrow morning, it's not going to look as warm out there. Okay, let's take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in Kittitas County. We're still going to have rain likely up in the Cascades, not so much for the Kittitas Valley, mid-50s in Ellensburg. Then in the Yakima Valley, we'll have mid-50s to mid-60s up and down the valley. And then for the lower Columbia Basin, we'll end up in the low to mid-60s. These highs are still about 20 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. Low 60s up and down the foothills, and then 50s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. Of course, the big story continues to be the river flooding, which we'll talk about. Just real quick, though, wanted to touch on these temperatures, as even though we'll be a little bit cooler into the weekend, we're going to continue to keep things well above normal for this time of the year. Okay, now we pivot to the river flooding that we're going to be tracking all throughout the weekend. So I'll track that for you coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 5:16. Talking some sports now this morning, as one of the top teams in the state, the Richland boys basketball team, tipped off their season.
Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable is highlighting their strong start against Kamiakin.
The Bombers started their season off with a bang. It was a highly anticipated matchup between two teams in the Mid-Columbia Conference, Kamiakin and Richland. With many key players returning from last year's team, Richland quickly demonstrated why they made the state quarterfinals last year, winning the game 74-46.
Well, we knew we had a pretty good club. We've had 17 or 18 practices, and we kind of pushed back our preseason, so it's our first game of the year, and found out we got to fix some things, and found some things that we really liked, and happy where we're at.
Leading the way for the Bombers was senior and Eastern Washington University commit Lance Hornvet, with 22 points and several highlight reel plays. With game one of the season down, Richland will travel to Utah to play three of the state's top teams.
We just want to play the best teams we can play and try to get ourselves ready for the rest of our season, and put us in a situation where we find out what we have to do to get better. I think you gotta test yourself if you want to find that, and sometimes our league makes that kind of difficult.
In his 28th year as the head coach of Richland, Earl Streufert looks for his first state championship and the school's first since 1979. Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
And starting off Richland's trip to Utah, they'll begin with the test against Corner Canyon High School.
Corner Canyon, living in Utah before, they are a powerhouse in sports.
The team to beat.
Yep. So, go Bombers is what I say to that, right? And they will take on Corner Canyon. They made the Utah State semifinals last season, so
fingers crossed.
Yeah, they do have
quite a challenge.
They got a game ahead of them for sure, but they can do it.
All right, keep it here, because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh is back with how your weather is looking. We're talking high winds, some rain. It's all coming up in his full first look weather forecast right after the break.
There are moments in everyone's life. Big moments, little moments, just for me moments, cake moments. These are our moments. Bring the joy. Only at Nothing Bundt Cakes.
The Kia Season of New Tradition sales event is going on now at Overturf Kia. Get an additional rebate when you purchase any new 2025 Nero, Seltos, Sorento, Sportage, or select Tellurides in stock, including hybrid and PHEV models. Get a 2025 Telluride EX X-Line all-wheel drive for just $46,617 and 0.9% for 60 months. Overturf Kia, Highway I-182 and Road 100 exit on St. Thomas Drive, Pasco.
Not sure what to wrap this Christmas? Try wrapping a full day of fun. For just $30, give them the thrill of one day of unlimited carnival rides and an admission ticket to the 2026 Benton Franklin Fair, August 25th to 29th. Choose a youth package with a cuddly stuffed animal or an adult package tucked in a festive stocking. It's a deal too good to last. Find them now through Christmas Eve at Ranch and Home in Kennewick and Pasco. Supplies are limited, so when they're gone, they're gone. The 2026 Benton Franklin Fair. Give them a day they'll never forget.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Hi, I'm Steve Winery. I'm the pastor at Calvary Chapel, and I'd like to invite you out to our Christmas Eve service. It's going to be on December 24th at 6 p.m., and it's going to be in our outdoor amphitheater. We have a great time out there. We have bonfires. It's going to be a candlelight service, and we sing Christmas carols. We have a good time, and we'd love to have you join us. And so come on out.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
There are moments in everyone's life. Big moments, little moments, just for me moments, cake moments. These are our moments. Bring the joy. Only at Nothing Bundt Cakes.
Kraken, Mammoths. Coverage begins at 6 Friday on My Network TV. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We continue to have First Alert weather days as we continue to track the river flooding potential. It's not just potential, it's already happening. Already getting into the action stage for the Yakima River at Kiona. We're expecting this to crest on Friday, late on Friday, in the moderate flood stage. So that main flooding time frame for the Yakima River at Kiona, that will be this morning, 10 a.m. this morning to 4 a.m. Monday morning. You can see we're expecting the floodwaters. They should start to recede in Yakima and Kittitas counties in the Thursday to Friday time frame. Let's time out the next 48 hours with Futurecast radar. Still dealing with a ton of rainfall in the Cascades for today. Lower elevation is going to be a little bit wetter for today as opposed to yesterday. And then as we head into this evening, still dealing with some showers in the Cascades. And for Friday, looks like a much drier day overall, but still could have a few showers once again up in the Cascades. So we're going to get a little breather, and then we have some more active weather to go as we head into next week. Of course, you can see hour-by-hour precip chances for your exact home address by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app, free in the App Store or on Google Play. Okay, here are the rainfall totals we're expecting over the next 48 hours, maybe another inch for the Cascades, and to the east of there, really just dinner scraps. And then, like I mentioned, the weather going to get a lot more active as we head into next week. That's what it's going to look like in the Yakima Valley. And I'll step off the screen here. You see this is the Pacific Rim all the way out, almost like by the islands of Hawaii. You see our next weather maker that's going to impact us into next week. And this one's going to be more interesting, okay? First of all, this is going to be another very wet stretch, another 5 to 6 inches of liquid water in the Cascades from 4 p.m. on Saturday to 4 a.m. next Thursday. Here's the thing, the river flooding potential isn't going to be as high this time because the snow potential is going to be a lot higher. We're thinking maybe a foot of snow for the Cascades, so that is bad news for past travel, especially if you have holiday travel, but it's good news to kind of curb the river flooding potential, and it's good news because we need snowpack up in the mountains. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. We could see river flooding as soon as this morning along the Yakima in Kiona, Benton City, Prosser, and West Richland. And Yakima is still seeing those level 2 beset evacuations for Sela and Natchez. In Ellensburg, floodwaters should start to go down over the next couple days, maybe tracking a rain-snow mix for next week. In Hermiston, a drier stretch through Sunday, then the action picks back up Monday. And finally, for Walla Walla, 50-50 chance of rain today, dry Friday through Sunday, then wet again by next week.
All right, thanks, Josh. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, a Hollywood legend's daughter taking fans deeper into her family's story. Also, one of the biggest 90s anthems making a comeback in a big way. It's all in your entertainment headlines after the break.
Christmas is fast approaching, and Honey Baked Ham has exactly what your family gathering needs. Pick up one of our famous fully cooked spiral hams dripping with our delicious glaze. And don't worry, we also have whole turkeys and whole turkey breasts. Don't forget, Honey Baked Ham makes a perfect holiday gift. Complete your feast with our incredible sides and delicious desserts. So many choices! Honey Baked Ham on Columbia Center Boulevard, or call us at 509-579-5855. Put Honey Baked Ham on your table this year.
Experience the magic at Country Mercantile's Holly Jolly Fest this December at our Richland location. Every Saturday and Sunday, December 6th through 21st, starting at 12 p.m. Bring the whole family for Letters to Santa, live music, cookie decorating, and pictures with Santa. Free hot cocoa and train rides every weekend. Explore our gift shop for unique finds, from artisan chocolates to gourmet goodies, perfect for the season. Make your holidays holly and jolly at Country Mercantile's Fest.
Bathfitter showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Unwrap the gift of music at Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos. Bring home the timeless sound of a Yamaha piano this holiday season, either acoustic or digital pianos. Enjoy 0% financing for 24 months now through January 5th. Available in-store and online. From uprights to grands and the Yamaha Clavinova, all delivering incredible sound with a beautifully natural feel. Make your home sing this Christmas with Yamaha from Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos in Richland.
Before the guests arrive, it's all about the details. Making everything just right. Creating the perfect vibe. And setting the mood. Every detail matters. Then, take a moment to enjoy it all. Just you and your best friend. Order by December 18th for delivery before the celebrations begin, and enjoy interest-free financing with the More Furniture credit card. Visit a More Furniture store near you, or shop now at morefurniture.com.
From our family to yours, happy holidays.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In entertainment news, Hollywood is celebrating both nostalgia and new beginnings, everything from a fresh look at Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz's legacy to some unexpected news from a 90s favorite.
Yeah, and a new on-screen star-studded wedding that's already getting some major attention, plus a milestone birthday for a Christmas classic.
This morning, we turn to ABC's Jacqueline Lee for a look at what's happening in Hollywood. Take a look.
Ricky,
Yeah?
this quiet is so loud I can't sleep.
Lucy Arnaz, daughter of TV pioneers Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, is telling her parents' story. Variety reports that she's developing a 3-season TV series that will examine the many different eras of the couple's lives. The working title is Lucy and Desi, The Greatest Story Never Told. What's Up, the millennial anthem by 4 Non-Blondes, has recently gone viral on TikTok, and now comes word that they've got a new album, their first in over 30 years, planned for 2026. 4 Non-Blondes released just one album in 1992, broke up in 1994, and then reunited earlier this year.
Move a little closer to your bride-to-be. There we go.
Zendaya and Robert Pattinson are getting hitched in the upcoming movie The Drama, which, despite its name, is actually a comedy. The film, which follows an engaged couple whose wedding week goes off the rails, hits theaters in April.
Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring.
And happy birthday to Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree singer Brenda Lee. She's 81 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News.
That The Drama movie looks so good. I've seen it circulating on social media, and I'm like, ooh, I can't wait. I think it's next year when it comes out.
I think so. I know.
Anything that A24 puts out, and anything that Zendaya is a part of.
Yeah,
you know, it's a double winner.
You're all in. Yeah. Well, and that is a Christmas classic song right there. I think that I want to say that my daughter told me the other day that Brenda Lee was 13 when she wrote "Rock Around the Christmas Tree."
I think she was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Iconic.
Yeah.
I know.
Amazing.
I know. So happy birthday to her. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A work crew hit on the job. Troopers say it happened in just seconds. Coming up, the crash that sent 3 washed-out employees to the hospital and what investigators believe caused the driver to lose control.
Plus, residents, lawmakers, and first responders packing the room all with one message, and that's Fix 395. Coming up, we'll have a full breakdown of the changes they want immediately. It's all in your next half hour, but first, your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Amazon Big Fresh Food Delivery expansion. It's adding same-day perishable food delivery service to 1,300 new areas from coast to coast. They include Salt Lake City, Omaha, Des Moines, and many others. Amazon says it plans to add more locations next year. A small group at Meta is reportedly working on a new AI model in its superintelligence labs. It's being called Avocado, and the company is expected to charge to use it, a major shift from its current free model. Avocado is reportedly due out sometime next year. And finally, the new Android Emergency Live Video feature allows Android users to share video with emergency responders. No setup required. A dispatcher sends a request to your device, then you can opt into sharing your camera's live video, which can be stopped at any time. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Hannah Battah. Have a great day, everyone.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance.
Please welcome Charles Wilson.
Unfortunately, I didn't check to see if anyone was watching before I stole cotton candy from a child. Checking Allstate first was really smart. Not checking the Jumbotron, not smart. Well, at least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds. Was it worth it? Yeah.
Gold Bond believes touch says everything. It says, I see you, I feel you, and I know you. Gold Bond. Get in touch with irresistibly touchable skin.
Why is Special K so special? The multi-grain flakes? Oh, right, I see, it's the real fruit. Oh, wait, can you go back to the berries? Special K. Special for a reason.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Thursday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Josh Colbert.
You're busy.
Yes.
Is what you are. You're
very busy.
Josh Colbert.
Yes. We've had winds. We've had flooding. We could have some snow next week. Probably not for lower elevations, but you know, all the things happening over the next 7 days.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. Let's jump right into it with those very big weather stories. The biggest one of all being the moderate river flooding we could continue to see through early on Monday morning. It will be a little bit gusty for today, not nearly as windy as yesterday, especially. It got very blustery last night, and then we are tracking that potential for a big Cascade snow event for next week. But for now, we will hone in on the river flooding potential. I see still dealing with that constant onslaught of rainfall. Thankfully, it looks like it's mostly light rainfall in the Cascades for this morning, but rainfall nonetheless. Still level 2B set evacuations in place for the Natchez River in Natchez areas within 200 feet on either side of the Natchez, starting at the Little Natchez and extending east to South Natchez Row. And then level 2B set evacuations for the Yakima River corridor from Sundown M Ranch to the Gap of Sela, including all land and properties within a 60-foot radius of the river. And we're expecting that flooding time frame to eventually get to Benton County. 10 a.m. on Thursday to 4 a.m. on Monday is when we could start to see the Yakima flooding in Benton County. So that could be very soon, within the next couple of hours. Also, I'll talk about the winds we could still have for today. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
And also this morning, we began our half hour of news on the roadways of Kennewick. That's where 3 washed-out workers were hurt after troopers say a pickup truck jumped across US 395 and slammed into that work crew. Take a look. This is the area that it happened at. This was around 10:15 yesterday morning at 395 and Yelm Street. Washington State Patrol say an elderly driver crashed into the median barriers while headed north into oncoming lanes and hit the workers who were doing sidewalk maintenance and then crashed through a fence. Troopers say one of the workers was critically hurt. The driver is believed to have suffered a medical episode.
And a Franklin County prosecutor is out of a job after a DUI arrest in broad daylight. Washington State Patrol says 37-year-old Joseph Farholt was stopped Friday after a driver reported he nearly hit her on I-182. Troopers say he was straddling the center line and then his front tire blew out as he took the ramp. They tell us that his speech was slurred, his eyes were watery, and he also was barefoot. A breath test showed 0 alcohol, but troopers say other field tests showed signs of impairment. Farholt was arrested, agreed to a blood draw, and later resigned from his position with the prosecutor's office.
We know, we have the statistics, we have the data that shows that impaired driving is a very dangerous thing that we see on the roads, and it is preventable. As far as whether it's a person in position or not, it doesn't take away the fact that they're putting others at risk.
The case is now being prosecuted by Pasco municipal attorneys, and this is to avoid any conflict of interest. Toxicology results are still pending.
And staying in Franklin County, leaders along with state senators and representatives say they've had enough of the deadly crashes on Highway 395. Commissioners Stephen Bauman and Clint Didier convened a work session just yesterday at the Hapo Center where officials and families called for urgent safety improvements. The crashes north of Pasco on 395 have prompted lawmakers to push for region-wide discussions about long overdue highway fixes.
We need a solution now. We're losing people. And the near misses out there, we can't even count them.
State Senator Nikki Torres and Representative Mark Clicker say that they're working on temporary fixes while pushing for long-term solutions. WashDOT says the corridor of 395 there will continue to be evaluated through their statewide safety system, but no projects are currently scheduled. Leaders call yesterday's meeting a reset on accountability, demanding concrete steps before more lives are lost on that stretch of road.
And over in West Richland, the city and the Washington State Department of Transportation have partnered together to drive a major road improvement project, one aimed to transform key intersections and enhance safety and access. Construction began this July, led by project engineer Matt DeGroot, and the first phase, which was at East Rupert Road and Belmont Boulevard, reopened this Monday. The project now moves into building a roundabout at the Paradise and Van Giesen intersection. As for the next phase after that, a 12-foot wide multi-use asphalt pathway from Anatory Road to the racetrack will serve runners, bikers, and walkers, extending to 62nd Avenue with 10-foot sidewalks in downtown areas. And this is all to improve accessibility. Installing 5 roundabouts also is part of the project.
DOT definitely favors roundabouts, primarily for their safety benefits, and there are a lot of different things that contribute to that, just with slowing traffic down in a roundabout, separating decisions of pedestrians and vehicles.
The project is scheduled for full completion by spring of 2027, with phases designed to minimize road closures and manage construction crews efficiently. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, if the most wonderful time of the year is starting to feel overwhelming, you're not alone. In today's health news, a licensed therapist breaks down why holiday stress hits so hard and also has the small changes that can make a big difference. All those details after the break.
Kraken Mammoths. Coverage begins at 6 Friday on My Network TV.
Everyone's waiting for Avatar Fire and Ash. Now this morning on GMA, Zoe Saldana is here live.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
Zoe Saldana.
You don't want to miss Avatar Fire and Ash.
This morning on
Good Morning America.
It's a great time to buy, great time for traditions.
It's like loading up a Ford SUV and going to Grandma's house.
Hitting the slopes in a built wild Bronco.
Or making the big delivery with Ford F-Series.
Does it come in red?
Oh, come on. Okay, there's the signal.
Okay, boom. Got it. Hurry, he's coming. Have a good round.
See you later.
See you then. We did it.
Hey, hon.
Hey, I got the presents.
You're on speaker.
For the office party.
Okay.
Now, go. Now, look at mommy.
Good boy, buddy.
All right.
What's that?
Toolbox.
Just go to bed, honey.
Okay.
toolbox, really.
I have something for you.
I have something for you too.
During the GMC holiday event, get a total value of over $8,200 on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus, get $3,500 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. We are professional grade.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing Neurostim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances. Visit neurostimtms.com or call to schedule your free consultation now.
It's a great time to buy, great time for traditions.
It's like loading up a Ford SUV and going to Grandma's house.
Hitting the slopes in a built wild Bronco.
Or making the big delivery with Ford F-Series.
Does it come in red?
Friday at 8, 7 Central.
This is the biggest challenge any of us have ever done.
Don't miss an ABC sneak peek of the Disney Plus docuseries, The End of an Era, a special ABC preview, Friday at 8, 7 Central, and stream it all on Disney Plus.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yesterday was certainly pretty windy, wasn't it? But this morning, still gusty out there, but the wind gusts are going to be sort of weakening throughout the day, although it'll still be a bit breezy across the map. So gusts up around 40 miles per hour this morning in the Tri-Cities, but during the day, I think they're mainly going to be confined between 25 to 35 miles per hour, with the strongest wind gusts still being in the Tri-Cities and Hermiston. Those peak gusts, again, up around 35 miles per hour. Okay, the wind's doing us a big favor this morning when it comes to the temperatures. 50s and 60s for lower elevations, 65 degrees already in Yakima, so it doesn't feel half bad. And then our highs for this Thursday will take you on that zone-by-zone tour, 40s and 50s up and down the Kittitas Valley. And then for the Yakima Valley, upper 50s to mid 60s, 63 for Toppenish. This might be one of those weird days where the high actually happens in the morning as opposed to during the afternoon because of just because the warm front can kind of make things funky like that sometimes. Okay, low to mid 60s for the lower Columbia Basin, low 60s up and down the foothills, and then 50s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. High temperature is going to continue to stay above average for this time of the year over the next 7 days, even though we will start to trend cooler in the next week. But the coolest day over the next 7 days in Yakima, 48, that's still about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. But of course, the big weather story is this, the river flooding, which we'll talk about coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 542. Talking health this morning, and this time of year, of course, can be filled with joy and fun.
But this season can also create tension and exhaustion. That's why in today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has more from a licensed therapist on how you can better handle the holiday stress.
If the most wonderful time of the year is feeling a bit stressful, you're not alone.
It can be joyful and it can also be too much and overwhelming.
Licensed therapist Jody Baumstein with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta says accepting that you can have conflicting feelings can help you manage the stress. The next step, figuring out the root cause.
Is it not having enough time? Is it overcommitting? Is it financial strain? Is it boundaries? Recognize what it is so then you can figure out what to do about it.
Then Baumstein says to set realistic expectations for yourself. It's okay to say no to that holiday party you don't have time for. Save your yeses for the things that matter most. And be mindful of yourself. Prioritize you time.
So if it means you're going to have your morning cup of coffee by yourself, do that.
And finally, this hectic holiday season, not only ask for help, but accept it.
If we want things to be lighter, if we want things to be easier, we also have to give ourselves permission to delegate, to ask other people to help us carry the weight of things.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And experts say in chaotic times, it is important to slow down.
And they also say, despite messages that we should be doing more, make sure you give yourself permission sometimes to do a little less. That can also help alleviate a lot of stress.
Tell me.
Everyone needs a little grace.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just give grace.
Yeah. And if you just let people know, you got too much on your plate, and just be honest with people. Protect your peace. That's
Protect your peace. Exactly. And it's a good takeaway for not just the holidays, but for
every
all
day.
year, every day.
Yes.
Yeah. Agreed.
Note to self.
Let's protect our peace during this commercial break. Okay, we're going to take a quick one. When we come back, your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning, and of course, checking in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. I'll have your full first alert forecast as we are giving you that live look outside from our Biomark camera in Yakima. We are talking winds, flooding, all kinds of things to be aware of as we make our way towards the weekend.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Jordan.
Thanks, guys. Because when you feel protected, you can dream fearlessly. Go long. Bundle and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Tempur-Pedic designed the Ergo Pro Smart Base to help you fall asleep more easily. It's the only smart base that features our exclusive Soundscape mode that synchronizes a gentle massage with relaxing sounds to help you drift peacefully off to sleep.
Get a free $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic, plus 72 months no interest. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and U.S. Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery. Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
You're invited to our Christmas light show.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because we're as committed to protecting your dreams as you are to taking care of them.
Looking good.
Bundle home and auto and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Judy Justice, today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is certainly a First Alert weather day, and we'll continue to have many of these until the river flooding threat goes away. Let's go ahead and show you the current, went through that a little bit too fast. Let's go ahead and show you the current river data for the Yakima River at Kiona. It's already in the action stage. We're expecting it to get into the minor and eventually the moderate flooding stage over the next couple of days. The crest is going to be late on Friday night, but folks, the flooding impacts could start within the next few hours, so pay very close attention to that if you live in the immediate vicinity of the river in Kiona, Benton City, Prosser, and of course in West Richland. Let's go ahead and time out rainfall for the next 48 hours with Futurecast radar. Slightly better rain chances today for lower elevations as opposed to yesterday, but of course it's going to be the Cascades that'll take up the bulk of the rainfall, and that's going to continue as we head into this evening. And then for tomorrow, overall, we're going to be much drier across the entire map, and it's looking like it should end up being a pretty nice day as we head into the afternoon. Okay. Now let's, well, first of all, you can see those hour-by-hour precip chances yourself by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. Now let's take a look at some of the rainfall totals we're expecting over the next 48 hours. Still another inch to go in the Cascades, but definitely we are past the wettest portion of the storm system, at least in terms of rain actually falling from the sky, but the river levels still have some time to raise up, right? And then we have some more active weather as we head into next week. Here's the culprit for that, a storm system that's lined up way off in the Pacific. See this Honolulu, it's Hawaii right here, but this will eventually impact us into next week. This is going to be a colder storm system. Now, it's still going to be a pretty wet storm system, 5 to 6 inches of liquid water in the Cascades for next week. So you might be asking yourself, does that mean more river flooding? Probably not, given this is going to be a colder storm system, so more snow as opposed to rain. But man, those Cascade passes could look pretty tough. So we'll keep a close eye on that. But we need the snowpack, so I think overall it's a net positive. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. We could see river flooding as soon as this morning along the Yakima and Kiona, Benton City, Prosser, and West Richland. In Yakima, still seeing those level 2B set evacuations for Selah and Natchez. Then in Ellensburg, floodwater should start to go down over the next couple days, maybe tracking a rain-snow mix for next week. Then in Hermiston, a drier stretch through Sunday. Then the action picks back up Monday. And finally, for Walla Walla, 50-50 chance of rain today, dry Friday through Sunday, then wet again by next week.
Now, the morning sprint.
5:50, time for your morning sprint in the 5 o'clock hour, starting with the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. And we are talking flooding as it continues to impact communities across Washington. And officials saying we are not in the clear just yet. Videos from the Yakima River show high waters near the Grange Amphitheater and areas around the Wapato exit just off of Interstate 82. More flooding is possible in the coming days, as Josh is talking about. Emergency officials are urging everyone to stay away from the riverbanks and the flooded areas. Level 2 flood warnings are in effect from Selah to South Natchez Road, and multiple roads already closed in Kittitas County. Sandbags are available, and if anyone is trapped, they say to call 911, of course, immediately. Governor Ferguson has declared a statewide emergency and activated the National Guard to help impacted communities, while also seeking federal assistance for recovery and safety measures. For more information about road closures and locations to get those sandbags, visit our website, applevalleynewsnow.com.
And Benton County Emergency Management is stepping up their preparations as heavy rainfall is sending more water towards the Yakima River. Forecasts show levels approaching what was seen during the 2009 flood, prompting the early planning and coordination between agencies. Officials say residents living in low-lying parts of Richland, West Richland, and Benton City should begin taking precautions now. This includes moving livestock and valuables to higher ground. Also, officials are monitoring an upstream gauge in Parker, which will give a 24-hour notice before major water reaches the Tri-Cities.
And Kennewick police say a 15-year-old West Richland boy has been arrested in connection with last week's deadly shooting at a Kennewick apartment. Investigators, with the help from the FBI, tracked him down to a home in Union Gap, where they say they found guns and evidence tying the teen to the homicide. During the same operation, officers also arrested 20-year-old Andres Medina Garcia, who's accused of that botched ATM theft at Hubby's Pizza. Police say thieves smashed a hole into the restaurant, used a stolen Kia, and then still couldn't load the ATM, leaving it behind. Medina Garcia is also linked to a break-in at Summers Hub, both cases under investigation.
In Kennewick, Washington State Patrol responded to a pickup truck that suddenly crossed over US 395 at Yelm Street and crashed into a washed-out crew that was doing sidewalk maintenance. Investigators believe the elderly driver suffered a medical episode before the crash. 3 crew members were hurt. 1 is in critical condition. Troopers are now piecing together the driver's condition and the moments leading up to the crash. No other cars were involved, and the investigation is ongoing.
And Washington State Patrol say former Franklin County prosecutor Joseph Farholt was arrested after a driver reported he nearly sideswiped her on Interstate 182. Troopers say Farholt was straddling the center line and his front tire blew out as he took the exit ramp. They reported slurred speech, watery eyes, and that he was barefoot behind the wheel. A breath test showed 0 alcohol, but field sobriety tests indicated impairment. Farholt was arrested, agreeing to a blood draw, and later resigning from his position. Pasco Municipal Court attorneys are now handling the case to avoid any conflict of interest. Toxicology results are still pending.
In your national headlines now, President Donald Trump confirms the U.S. has taken control of an oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. The president did not offer a detailed explanation for the move, saying only that it was seized, quote, for very good reason. He did signal the administration would soon release more information, and the move risks further escalating tensions with Venezuela. The Venezuelan government is calling the seizure an act of international piracy.
5:54 in your business headlines this morning. It's starting to get down to the wire if you need to send out Christmas gifts. You've got a little less than a week of shopping left. Postal Service saying you need to send packages by next Wednesday to get them delivered before the holiday. Now, if you want to spend a bit extra, paying for priority mail will get you until next Thursday. Priority Mail Express 2 gets you until next Saturday, but keep in mind these are estimates and it's always better to send a bit early. Also allow an extra day or two for the items going outside the continental U.S. And at 5:55 in your sports headlines this morning, University of Michigan fired head football coach Sharon Moore just yesterday. The move comes after the school said it found credible evidence he was engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. The sudden announcement said Moore was terminated immediately with cause. UM called the alleged conduct a clear violation of university policy with zero tolerance for such behavior. Moore took over for Jim Harbaugh in 2024 after spending 6 years on the Wolverines' offensive coaching staff. Moore was the first black head coach in history of University of Michigan's football program, spending just 2 years there as head coach. Shortest term for a head coach at Michigan since the 1920s, actually. And now facing some other allegations this morning as well in regards to an assault case. It sounds like he has been detained for that. So
a lot to unpack
there. Yeah, exactly.
5:55 and trending now this morning. It looks like there's still time to become a billionaire by Christmas.
Oh, perfect. That's exactly what I had asked Santa for.
That was on my list too. Well, Powerball is reporting no one took home its $930 million jackpot last night.
All right, so that means it'll roll over and almost certainly surpass that $1 billion mark. That's a big one before Saturday's drawing. It also means the lump sum payout option could grow beyond $500 million.
If someone won Wednesday, it would have been $429 million, which isn't too bad. But of course, that's before taxes. Also, the chances of winning are ridiculously low, worse than 1 in 292 million.
Oh, is that all?
So you're telling me there's a chance?
That's all I need. Well, one more bit of bad news. When the pot gets big enough to draw more players, it increases the odds that more than one will win, and they'll have to split the prize.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah, so if you win, just remember to share, Jade.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it would make holiday shopping a lot easier, right?
Oh, yeah. Or,
Or just like life in general.
Yeah.
I was going to go a little bit above that.
Past Christmas, life.
Maybe for all the months.
Yeah, exactly. Well, feeling lucky?
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll try it. That's all I need.
Some say why? I say
Glass
why not?
half full.
Yeah, exactly. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up in your 6 o'clock hour, new year, new legal team. Pasco's moving forward with interim counsel while the hunt for a permanent attorney continues. Coming up, we'll explain what happens after the city attorney steps down.
Plus, when floodwaters rise, the community is stepping up. A local horse owner is offering her truck and trailer to anybody who needs it. And this morning, we're highlighting the neighbor-to-neighbor effort that's keeping people and their animals safe. And Josh, what are you tracking?
Yeah, we'll take you on a tour of the Natchez and the Yakima River, show you where we're at flood stage, show you the flood time frame, and also those level 2 evacuations still in place in Yakima County. So all that's coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.